If you're wondering if your sickness, illness, either physical or mental, is psychosomatic or not, if you are trying to find ways to heal naturally, this video is for you. So this is not a medical advice. I'm not a doctor. I'm not against Western medicine, but I am into healing holistically, into finding ways how to heal body in the most natural way, because body has that ability. So psychosomatics, in the world of psychosomatics, we see every single illness, sickness, either physical or mental, or even pattern, even some behavior, or even a mood, bad mood, as a symptom, regardless if it's chronic or not. So everything is psychosomatic. Psycho, meaning your mind, subconscious mind, and somatic, somat, body. When we have a situation that is causing us to experience big emotional distress, we call it trauma or stress. Our body, if it's not resolved, our body is trying to help us resolve it. And if we don't resolve the traumatic situation that started somewhere in the past, it could be even in your mother's womb, it could be in a childhood where you don't remember what happened, but you don't remember, but your subconscious mind stores it all. And when we have that traumatic situation, and it might not be even like that big, but emotionally it was big for us. And if it's not resolved, if that conflict is still there, stored in subconscious mind, meaning in our body, yeah, we can get help in a weird way from our body to resolve that conflict. It's like our body is an extension. It's connected to our mind. And if your illness or your condition is chronic, that means you get, or it repeats from time to time, the same thing, like allergies, or, like UTIs, or like for women, certain things, or you get problems with your, like you get flu very often, things like that. It means that you're re-experiencing the same, something in your environment, or in your relationships, most likely, is triggering the same trauma, the same feeling that was traumatic for you in the past, and you might be not even aware of that. So 3 things that you need to know how to avoid the traumatic situation becoming an illness: unpredictability, emotional isolation, and emotional charge or dramaticism. So let's go one by one. So unpredictability, when something happens suddenly, you do not expect it. For example, your parents told you that that they're going to divorce, in your childhood. You didn't see it coming. It was very sudden. Or, your cat died. Or you had to move. Or something like simply at school, like your friend left, moved to another city. This is talking about childhood. Or like you lost your job suddenly. Something that you did not see coming, very like boom. That unpredictability is very stressful for us. So when this could be one of the reasons why, because it becomes like so big, If we kind of like know what's coming, it's easier to take it. It doesn't become like that big. But if it's unpredictable, yeah, it becomes big. The traumatic impact becomes bigger. So one of the things what we can do, and I do it in sessions, in a hypnotic state with people, but if you're doing it by yourself, if you know, for example, that something recently happened and you want to help yourself, like release that unpredictability part from that situation, you close your eyes in meditation, you go back before that happened, preferably like a couple days before or a week before. And, it's an intention that, okay, I find a place and time where I was doing something, you see the version of you in that past. And for your mind, I know this sounds like woo, but for your mind, there is no difference. Either something actually happened or you're envisioning it. That's why it works. So even if you pretend, to go and give yourself heads up in the past, your mind believes it. Like it records as if it was real, as if, like you were actually given heads up and you knew, so it's not unpredictable and sudden anymore. So you go into the past before the situation happened, and you, in a very comforting way, you give yourself heads up. You say, hello, I'm you from the future, came to you to give you heads up. This is what's going to happen, but you will survive. You're going to be okay. That's the main thing. Yeah, it might be uncomfortable, but you will be okay. That's, what we need. And you, just like stay with yourself there, and you tell details, but in a way that it comforts, the other version of you. I know it sounds a little crazy, but it actually works. I have seen it so many times again and again, and I do it very often. This is how I heal myself too. So unpredictability, we are like resolving that. Then emotional isolation. That's another reason why situation can become like traumatic enough if we are alone in it. If something happened and we didn't share our emotions with someone, we didn't have that support. So if something happens and you feel strong emotional charge in it, please share it with someone that you trust. It can be a therapist, a coach, like some kind of a professional, or just a friend that can give you that support, a family member. But don't speak factually or like this is what happened, circumstantially. Just speak also about your emotions, how you felt in that moment. That's very important, to take away that emotional isolation, to share emotions, how you felt. And then dramaticism or emotional charge, take away that. Meaning, if something happened and in the moment you had the perspective, oh my God, this is like, so big, so heavy, like it's really dramatic. Your task there is to find a way to shift that perspective. And also you do it the same thing, like you go back to that situation and then give yourself that self that was going through that situation in the past a different perspective. Almost like in a way you're like, yeah, but that's fine, you'll be fine, it's not a big deal. Even if it's kind of like a little bit like if you have resistance towards it, you only have it because you're looking at it a little bit like narrow and still emotionally. That's why it's very helpful and easier to do it with the help of the specialist. But if you're doing it by yourself, just try to have a broader vision, what you've learned, and just accept it. So I hope this helps. Thank you for your attention. Let me know if you want me to make a video specifically on symptoms that you have, and I will record a video for you. Thank you. If you're interested in a session with me, there is a link where you can contact me or email. Thank you.